Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bob DiMaria. And during the month of October, especially this day, it's Mental Health Day. I released Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Mental Health a little over a year ago. And we've helped just literally thousands of patients. But I want to talk to you a little bit about mental health right now. The last 2 years or so in America have been really tough. I've been practicing since 1978. And I really have never seen as much anxiety and depression as what I am seeing right now. So my heart really goes out to each and every one of you that are going to be watching this video. And I know it's going to make a difference. So this is what I've learned. You know, was born in 1954, post-World War II. I lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis. I remember that, and it was very scary. People actually came to my house. It gives me chill bumps right now talking about it, to build a bomb shelter. Could you imagine right now people going around thinking about creating bomb shelters? And of course, I lived through the Vietnam War. I had a draft number. I could have got drafted and had to go to the service. So I've had a lot of stress in my personal life, and I could go on with it, just as I'm sure many of you could tell me the stories that have gone on with you. But back in the 1970s and 80s, I started to learn about mental health. Hence, I wrote my first book, Dr. Bob's Guide to Stop ADHD in 18 Days. I got a lot of flack from that 18 days because everybody thought I was being really arrogant that I could magically cure ADHD in 18 days. It wasn't about me. It was about physiology. That's what I've been so fortunate to learn, is I have a degree in human biology. I used to teach human dissection. So I've really put my hands literally into the subject of human function. So in the late 70s and early 80s, I learned about oil. You need an oil for your brain. It's called DHA. If you're depressed right now, it's possible you have a low amount of DHA. We actually have a blood test. See, I didn't have a blood test back in the 2000s to be able to do this, but today, you can literally go to a lab, we use LabCorp, and have your omega blood test checked. So if you have depressions, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to throw the dice to figure out what you need. If your DHA is low, that's like having an engine that's pinging because it does not have enough oil in it. If you're a female, postpartum depression is an oil issue. A lot of times people don't realize, but young boys and men need more oil than ladies do. It's DHA. So DHA, I talk about in the book, the very first chapter. It is a long chain fat for your brain. As a matter of fact, right now, if you were to contact customer care at druglessdoctor.com, we'll even send you that PDF for that chapter so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's number one. You have to have good oil for your brain. And you know, a lot of you are going to fast food restaurants and franchise restaurants, and you're eating food that you know you really are not empowering your body to be healthy. So good oil is number one. So let's talk about a few other things. So many of you have anxiety. For whatever reason, anxiety patients for us are very hard to satisfy because they always have something going on a million miles an hour in their brain. Most of the time, you need B vitamins. Do you cry easy? Do mosquitoes like you? Do you have noise sensitivity? Does your blood pressure drop from a sit to a stand position? You need B vitamins. We use a product called from Biotics called Bio B100s, and then we have a B complex. We have two of them. The Bio B complex is a little bit more potent than the Bio B100s. Some of you, just a B vitamin alone will make a difference. So let's transition. When your body starts making this long chain fat called DHA, it has to have cofactors. Cofactors are zinc, B6, magnesium. If you're eating sugar and you have large pores on your face and white spots on your nails, you need zinc. You can get zinc from pumpkin seeds, but zinc is an important factor for optimal brain fat function. So a lot of you are having depression and anxiety because you're not feeding your body right. You need to feed your body right. And if you don't, I told you all those stresses that I had in my life, and I can go on with more. I have no depression and no anxiety. Well, Dr. Bob, you're lucky. It's not luck. I woke up at 4:25 this morning and rode my bike for 15 miles. And I was born in 1954, so you do the math to figure out how old I am. So you need to create plans. So zinc was another, we already talked about B vitamins. Some of you could have some anxiety and depression and mental challenges because you don't have enough vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is deficient, and those of you who have chosen to be plant eaters are vegetarians. If you want to be a plant eater vegetarian, that's good. I empower you for that. But you're going to need to get some B12 in your body. So here's some easy just things to do right now, because I could go on for hours talking about this. You want to be in bed by 10 o'clock at night. Those hours before midnight are important for your adrenal gland. You want to carve out time to exercise every day. When I started this whole exercise, I used to get up at 6:45 in the morning. I was not exercising, so you have to carve time out. You want to drink more water. I know it sounds simple, but I was just talking to Dr. Kaysen today, and people who don't drink enough water don't have enough energy. You may consider adding a B vitamin. You may consider doing the omega test. Now, in this book, I talk about emotions and health and mental health. So I want you to know this. Anger is a liver issue. Bitterness is a gallbladder issue. Sadness can impact your lungs. The spleen, which is very important for your immune system, is anxiety and worry. Do you hear what I just said? The spleen, which is very important for your immune system, is anxiety and worry. So kidneys are fear. So what I want you to know right now, you can make some changes. Of course, if you're on any medication, I'm not here to take you off the medication. You may consider having a consultation. I'm here to help make a difference in your life. Today is a mental health day, and I want you to feel more empowered that you can control your future. I'm Dr. Bob DeMaria.